Hi everybody, Ezra Levant here. As you can see, I'm at the airport in Toronto, about to get on another night flight to go to London, which can mean only one thing: Tommy Robinson is back in court. Tomorrow is actually quite an ominous day. It will be the day of judgment by Judge Sam Guzzi, if I'm pronouncing his name right, at the Westminster Magistrates Court. Tommy Robinson will get his fate tomorrow, whether or not he's guilty of violating the Terrorism Act. And if he is, what his sentence will be.
Just say this out loud one more time. I've got barbecue sauce because I've just smashed TGI Fridays with my daughters. Having a meal just in case the worst happens tomorrow, which could be prison.
Now, everyone knows that Tommy Robinson is a journalist and a political activist. He's not a terrorist, but that didn't stop a handful of police from pulling Tommy over at a roadside, detaining him and interrogating him under an obscure provision of the Terrorism Act that lets police stop you without a warrant and actually search you, including your cell phone, and you must give them the password, even if they don't have a search warrant for you. So Tommy refused because he had confidential material on his phone, and so they charged him under the Terrorism Act, which sounds awful, but in fact, as we saw in the trial last month, none of the police had any questions about terrorism. They were basically just talking to him about politics, things that you could Google online. I was at the trial last month, and I thought Tommy's lawyers did a great job just showing that the police had no reasonable suspicion whatsoever, no actual cause to stop him. They just basically recognized him as a political celebrity and thought they'd hassle him a bit. If this were anyone else, Tommy would have been immediately acquitted. In fact, the prosecution would not have proceeded with it. But Tommy is treated as an enemy of the state in the UK, and I'm worried that he can't get a fair shake. So tomorrow, we will all go to Westminster Magistrates Court to hear the result. Now, I want to still have hope in the British legal system. You've got to, because if we can't trust it, then all is chaos. So part of me hopes that the police case was so weak, Tommy's lawyers were so strong, that the judge acquits Tommy. But I have to say, if he doesn't, I think it will be a shocking political trial, and I hope that's not true. Anyways, I'm coming overseas because I'm a friend of Tommy, so I'd like to be there in these key moments. But more importantly, I'm a very fast typist, and I like to live tweet what happens in these proceedings. And actually, a crazy thing happened during the trial last month. The judge banned people who were not credentialed journalists from even opening their laptops in court. Now, I showed the judge my Canadian credentials and he accepted them. So I'll actually be the only citizen journalist allowed to do any typing from inside the court. Now, of course, there will be a lot of regime journalists, hardcore left-wing journalists from the Line BBC and all the other media that despise Tommy. So I think my presence there is an important counterweight, which is why the BBC snitched on me last time. Incredibly, the BBC stood up and tried to get the judge to kick me out, but I showed my credentials and I was allowed to stay. Anyways, I'm going to be live tweeting throughout the hearing tomorrow. I don't expect it to go very long. You can follow me on Twitter at my name, Ezra Levant, and we're setting up a special page called TommyTrial.com where I'll put some videos too. And if you can help me cover the cost of my economy class airfare, sounds like it's final call. I got to get on the plane. If you can help me cover the economy class airfare of my flight, please do. You can do that at TommyTrial.com. All right, I'm going to try and catch a few hours sleep. We'll see you tomorrow in London.